The idea of creative direction is about looking at a fresh perspective in life. So it's thinking of things using your imagination, not just using your logic. A lot of people, myself included, have something which you may have heard referred to as analysis paralysis. That's when you get completely stuck in your logical mind, what you think is your logical mind, and you try and overthink something to get yourself out of it. But what tends to happen is you land up going round and round and actually get stuck or get yourself into a really complicated position with all these different variables. And not variables that make you feel excited, like, oh, that's cool. It just almost digs you deeper into a hole where you feel paralyzed and you feel stuck and you feel unable to move forward. So creative direction is looking at something with a fresh perspective. And the best way that I could describe it is using my hands. I like to use my hands because sometimes words just aren't enough to express what I want to really get through to you. If you're looking at a problem and it's ahead of you and you think I have this option or that option, and it's quite black and white, a lot of our thinking can be quite linear, we can get stuck because we want to make the right decision or it's the wrong decision. So it's very paralyzing when we have this fear-based viewpoint on making decisions. I like to think of decisions as either being productive or destructive. And sometimes even destructive is necessary because we need to burn it all down to get rid of all the debris and all of the clutter so that only what is real remains. So even a destructive decision can be necessary. So don't worry too much about the word destruction. It is part of the cycle of creation. But productive decisions usually move us more towards creativity in a positive feeling, in a way that makes us feel better. It's more comfortable than destruction. So if we're looking at black or white, right or wrong, positive or negative, productive or destructive, it can feel paralyzing. Creative direction does this. It takes the space between the two choices and it pulls it back open. It's like unzipping a whole other universe and looking to go, what is the space between? What are all the options available? So not just black and white and not just gray and murky, but the beautiful bright colors of the rainbow, everything that exists in the space of possibility, in the space of potential and of play. What are the choices in there? And this space, this expansive place, you can start to explore and play and start getting a direction that is creative, that isn't so linear, that isn't one way or the other. It like weaves and moves and you could do this and that, and it starts to become possible and playful, and you can start to get energized and excited about the fact that it's more of an adventure than like I really can't get this wrong, I really don't want to mess this up, and you limit yourself. So when I work with clients on their creative direction, we're looking not just at their personal lives, but in their professional lives as well. What are the options available if it wasn't what you thought it was? So if it's not black and white, if it doesn't have to be a certain way, what are the variables? What are the options that are creative, that are possible, that you could use your imagination to think of? And a key tool if you want to start getting yourself in the mode of creative direction and not such linear thinking, not such analysis paralysis, is to start playing in the world of opposites. So I really love contradictions. I love dualities. I love like the world of the inside out, topsy-turvy, upside down, is that, isn't, maybe, could be, would be, no should be's. I'm not into a should. So if you're thinking of something and you think, is it this or is it that? Throw out something completely random, like a whole other option of what it could be. Like what happens if it's the complete opposite of what it would be?